life, you f***ing you f***ing.
This is Alan McCarty Jr. Yes, that Alan McCarty Jr., the man facing charges for threatening a public official in Florida. He threatened Circuit Judge Stasio Warren after she ruled against him in a child custody case.
You in that f***ing.
Now he's standing before Circuit Judge Matt Foxman to learn his fate. And just when you think Alan couldn't sink any lower, his behavior in the courtroom will leave you stunned.
Warhurst.
Yeah, I want to report a crime that's about to happen.
What do you mean a crime that's about to happen?
Yeah, there's about to be a crime that's going to happen if my kids don't come back to me, you stupid. Because your stupid judges don't want to bring people to courtrooms. I got a gun pointed at your building.
Alan is
During his sentencing, his rage exploded. Judge Foxman mentioned that Alan had even threatened the unborn child of a prosecutor during his trial, and that's when everything fell apart.
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully. Y'all are f***ing, you ain't allowing my evidence. You ain't allowing my people.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still f***ing deny it.
Alan unleashed a barrage of profanity, calling the judge every name in the book, and more.
One, you threatened the unborn child of the prosecutor directly in an open
What a
court.
bunch of lies, you stupid piece of.
Then also
You threatened my life, you
in the
you f***ing.
Alan
He was removed from the courtroom and confined to a small room behind it, where he could still hear the proceedings through a speaker and watch through a one-way window.
Suck my dick! No, I'm not standing. Stop resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm just not standing up. I'm not standing. I don't have to stand.
Even from there, he caused a disturbance. His angry shouts echoed through the glass, disrupting the court. In the end, he received a 20-year sentence for threatening Judge Warren. And to make sure he learned his lesson, the judge added 10 extra days for contempt of court. But as wild as Alan's behavior was, some convicts act even crazier. Like in the infamous case of Ebony Burks. Ebony Burks, a 32-year-old woman in Ohio, faced charges for domestic violence and assault. At the Elyria Municipal Court, Judge G. Bennett warned her not to contact the victims in her case.
Alan received.
When the judge mentioned the victim, her own grandfather, Shedrick McCrae, Ebony lost her temper and began arguing with the judge, ignoring his instructions.
On the assault, I'm going to set a $7,500 cash or surety bond. That bond is conditioned of no contact with Tiffany Castro. No contact means you can't call him, you can't write him, you can't text him, you can't email him, can't leave a message on some social media, you can't go visit him.
So you gonna tell me I can't go home?
I'm telling you, you can't go home. If you live with If you live with Mr. McCrae, you cannot return to that residence.
The judge sentenced her to 30 days for contempt of court, thinking that would calm her down. But Ebony kept arguing aggressively, pushing the judge to increase her punishment.
But how you just gonna tell me I can't go home?
What?
How you gonna tell me I can't go to my house?
I just did.
Well, I bet I do.
Well, then you're in contempt, young lady, and you've got 30 days. So you're not going. You're not what?
Whoa.
Get back! Get back!
You just said I got
Get back! That's another 30 days. That's 60 days.
As she continued to talk back, the judge raised her sentence to a staggering 300 days. But her outburst still isn't the most shocking, not when compared to the dramatic courtroom meltdown of Henry Eldon.
You got anything else to say, Miss Burks? That's 300 days!
Henry Eldon's crimes were terrible, but his courtroom behavior was even more disturbing. Eldon declared himself an American national, a sovereign citizen who claimed he wasn't subject to U.S. law.
Henry T. Eldon, Henry T. Eldon, Henry T. Eldon. I have called him thrice. I have no response. Get up here in this seat right now.
The court reporter has to be established before anything can proceed.
He was accompanied by a friend, another sovereign citizen, who recorded the entire hearing on his phone and even tried defending Eldon's courtroom antics.
I'm not acting. I'm a witness. Just an American national.
But the judge had had enough of his constant defiance. You're going to be held in contempt, the judge warned.
I'm a witness today of this. Okay. I'm a witness, okay? Okay, what I'm saying is, he is present, and he's chosen not to step up there. He's asking not for an appointed lawyer. He doesn't need an attorney, okay? So I'm just a witness that he is present here, okay? And I will repeat that when the
Court reporter begins. For the record, I'm
Shut
a
up and
witness.
sit down.
This is
Now,
Ted Eldon.
you sit down, not say another word.
That's Ted Eldon.
Eldon insisted on knowing every official's name, from the judge to the prosecutor, before proceeding. At his next hearing, he failed to appear, resulting in a bench warrant and a 2-week jail sentence.
You are going to be held in contempt.
All right, Mr. Allen, can you just stand up for me, please? Turn around and place your hands behind your back, if you would.
And who are you? And do you have a warrant, a signed
I do
warrant?
not have a warrant. I've just been made aware by the judge that he wants me to take you into custody for obstructing judicial process, okay?
If that wasn't wild enough, here comes Joseph Jerome Batten, a man repeatedly arrested for trespassing at a racetrack and casino in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay, next fellow would be Joseph Jerome Batten.
He's an unapologetic repeat offender, caught twice in 2 months and convicted over 10 times in 2 years. He knows the bond court routine well, and he has no interest in resolving his case.
Good morning, Your Honor. I do have a history, Your Honor. Can I speak to you, Your Honor?
Despite his public defender's advice, Batten had other plans. Get ready for a twist.
I already know I got a history. This man ain't said nothing to me now time in here this morning. All right, Your Honor? And I'm just being frank with you. That's the only place I go. Only thing I do, as you can see, is nothing but trespassing, because that's my only entertainment. All right, is go to the track, and I like for you to make an offer. And if I like it, I accept it.
Every time the judge tried to steer the conversation back on track, Batten interrupted, trying to argue his way out.
You discharging your public defender at this time, sir?
No, I ain't discharging, but he ain't presented the way I wanted to be presented. I ain't say regardless. I said make an offer, which is how much time, whatever is 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I want to resolve it in that frame, in that fashion, sir.
The judge wasn't convinced. Batten was sentenced to 45 days in Broward County Jail.
I've explained to Mr. Batten not to talk about the facts of the case.
Ain't no facts. We ain't going to trial. I'm asking you to make an offer, Your Honor. Straight up. It's the history, proof is in the pudding. That's the only thing I got. As you can see, ain't nobody been hurt. I ain't never intoxicated when I'm arrested. So it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? All it is trespassing. Simple trespassing.
Surprisingly,
Batten argued that the sentence should be shorter, and he gave his own unique reason.
Respect your request, sir. I'm going to go ahead and offer you a chance to be, if you were to plead no contest at this time, sir, I would offer you an adjudication. You'd be convicted, of course, as you have indicated. You have many of those already, and you'd be in. The plea offer would be 45 days in the Broward County Jail.
In the end, the judge stood firm. Batten respected the ruling but refused the plea deal. He then tried his luck before a different judge, where he pled no contest and received a much lighter sentence of 15 days. His reaction was almost identical to Joshua Martinez, another defendant with surprising courtroom behavior.
I ain't gonna set 45 days, so I did 30 days last time, just a week ago. But my birthday coming up, I'm hoping you can say a week or two, and I agree with that, you know what I mean?
but the judge,
Joshua Martinez, charged with driving on a suspended license in Las Vegas, represented himself in court. When the judge asked for his plea, Martinez insisted on clarifying the legal nature of the charges first.
I have a couple questions before we proceed. I don't understand the nature and cause of the charges.
You're charged with driving on a suspended, canceled, or revoked driver's license, sir.
Okay. Is that a criminal offense or
It's a
civil?
criminal offense, sir.
Criminal? Okay. Is there a sworn statement against me or injured party?
I believe you probably received a citation on April 12th. That would be the criminal complaint filed against you.
He began questioning the judge, trying to take the hearing into legal technicalities.
The city's the victim in the case?
The city is the, yes,
Victim?
the charging part.
So they're the
yes.
victim?
Sir, the victim element is a different legal term than is used.
The judge finally showed him who was in charge. 20 minutes later, Martinez returned, now facing an additional contempt of court charge.
What is your plea on
If the
charge?
city
Mr.
is
Martinez,
the,
Mr.
if they are
Martinez,
the
today is your-
victim,
Mr.
I would like
Martinez,
to
I am in
move
charge
this
of
to a
this
federal
courtroom,
court.
and you're gonna stop
No, we are
interrupt-
in charge of the courtroom, ma'am.
Marshall, would you show Mr. Martinez the inside of our holding tank, please? You're not going to tell me who's in charge of my courtroom, Mr. Martinez.
He continued arguing, citing his Sixth Amendment rights, but it was already too late.
Hey, Mr. Martinez, since you have informed me that I am in contempt of court and that you are in fact in charge of this courtroom, I'm going to go ahead and sentence you today to direct contempt of court. I will give you an opportunity to apologize if you choose to do so and behave in a manner that I consider appropriate for a courtroom. Would you like to do that today, Mr. Martinez?
I would like to proceed only if I can have my questions answered. That's all I
That
wanted.
wasn't my question, sir. Did you wish to have the opportunity to apologize and proceed in a manner that I consider appropriate for the courtroom?
What would I be
It is a
apologizing?
yes or a no question.
What would I be apologizing
For
for?
your direct contempt of court, sir.
All I was asking was legal questions, ma'am.
I disagree, sir. To tell me that you are in charge of this courtroom and tell me that I am in contempt is not asking legal questions. It is contempt of court.
And just when it seems like courtroom chaos couldn't get any worse, here comes Karen Stevens, representing herself in a case against attorney Paul Nicoletti in Michigan. She tried challenging the sanctions Nicoletti wanted to impose, leaving the judge confused by her motion.
For sanctions against Mr. Nicoletti for this vexatious and frivolous PPO.
I'm sorry, on his what?
I have a motion for sanctions against...
I know that. And the purpose of the sanctions are based on what?
It was a frivolous and vexatious PPO based on nonsense. I am not stalking Mr. Nicoletti.
I haven't signed a PPO. How can you ask to sanction someone when you haven't even been served?
That's the point.
Stevens, do not interrupt me when I'm speaking, ma'am.
I have a constitutional right to be heard.
On what basis? There is no case before me, ma'am, other than the fact that you filed this frivolous motion, taking up this court's time for no good reason other than your own personal vendetta against this man. Here you are taking up my time so that you want me to chastise him and make him pay money? No, ma'am. Your relief is denied, and in addition to that, I am sanctioning you with costs of $500.
Thank you, Alan.
Karen was shocked when the judge rejected her request and ordered her to pay a $500 fine, but she wasn't done arguing.
Fixed.
I beg your pardon?
I knew it was fixed.
Miss Stevens, I highly suggest that you just exit my courtroom and go pay the sanctions before I find you in contempt.
Luckily.
Now we move to Shelbyville, Kentucky, where a divorce hearing spiraled into a heated argument. In this case, the husband requested that his ex-wife be required to lock away her prescription narcotics, especially since their children, aged 14, 16, and 18, had shown signs of emotional distress during the divorce.
Old enough and they're wise enough not to go around taking... I mean, I only interviewed the children for a few minutes, and I get it that they're okay with not taking... Your children are very bright, and I can't even believe you would make that motion.
The father gave reasonable concerns, but the judge wasn't convinced. He insisted that there was no evidence supporting the need for securing the medication.
With all due respect, I can appreciate what you're saying. They are good children, but there has been some mental health concerns, and we just think it's good practice to do that.
The father tried to speak again, hoping the judge would reconsider.
It's not a 2-year-old who'll pick up a pill off the floor.
The judge warned him. He was now in contempt of court.
On that, I'm sorry, it's just wrong. Intelligent children die of overdose just as well as unintelligent children.
You have no evidence to put before me that these children... Oh, listen, you need to stop talking.
I'm
you
sorry.
really do.
I disagree with you on that.
Well, fine, you disagree, but you're not up here. I've ruled on that.
Still, the father continued, emphasizing that the safety of his children was at stake. He pointed out that unsecured prescription narcotics could pose serious risks, but the judge stood firm and dismissed his concerns. If you think these convicts' actions were unbelievable, wait until you see dangerous gang leaders reacting to life sentences.
Contempt of court. You don't tell me that I'm ridiculous. Do you understand me? Have a seat over here, bailiffs.